Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, the Reckless Amoeba podcast. It's been a while, so welcome to season 3.
About a month, I think.
Yes. I am Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-hosts, Brandon Falinger.
Hi, hello. You remember me, I hope.
Yes, we all do. And also, Ryan Stillhill.
Heyo.
So guys, any updates since the nearly month and a half, 2 months we've been off?
Actually, I have a question for Orion before we get into this.
Yes.
So, how has your stealing candy from children's heist been going this past month and a half?
Pretty well. They're easy to trick.
Has it been a lucrative business?
Very lucrative, and definitely when you're stealing candy from a child, make sure that their parent isn't near, because the kid will yell.
Well, I mean, isn't that why you lure them into your windowless van?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep like the newest Nintendo system in the back to help them come in.
Just to lure them in with games and treats, and then you just steal their candy and leave them there crying.
Yes. Also, if they have freshly bought ice cream from the ice cream truck.
Oh, even better. That's just
I run
a
the
bonus.
ice cream truck circuit. Follow that.
I feel like you just have on the inside of that van, right, a GPS showing you exactly the location of the tracker you placed on the ice cream truck, so you know where it's going.
Exactly.
Like you have it all planned out and how to do this.
I stay about a block behind. I see the kids. Sometimes it's a hit and run. Especially if they're like the kids. You know how sometimes they'll have like one kid, like a group of them will give them money, tell them, oh, I want the SpongeBob Pop or like the Rocket Pop.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got a handful of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you bump into them, air quotes. And then I have somebody in a ski mask run out and grab the ice cream and jump back in, and I speed off.
And here, what happens when you do the drive-by? Do you just have that guy in the ski mask lean out the passenger side and just swipe it from the kid's hand as you go by?
No, I run the kid over. and then they get them.
Editor's note, Rain Over Kid's not funny.
Don't kid yourself, you're laughing with us.
Yes, I am.
Terrible human beings, we're going to
And
hell.
And it's not a terrorist
character
attack.
Pops always with like falling off eyes, with like the gumball eyes that never stay on,
Dude,
right?
Those are always my favorite. The Ninja Turtle ones or the SpongeBob ones. Or the Sonic.
Good old
And
Sonic.
And that's the only time I ever bought RC Cola. Was from the ice cream truck guy.
So, allow me to throw this in because, like you said, it's been like a month. So last month, the beginning of June, I was over at Anime Next, right, with a bunch of friends.
Okay.
So, somebody done fucked up. And because of that, we're now probably going back to Atlantic City in September. So, what ended up happening was, my friend Andy ended up ordering his ticket online, going to pre-purchase it, for Anime Next. And I believe he ordered it like a day or so after the pre-order, option was available.
Yeah.
So that had already closed out, and he ended up ordering a convention ticket to the J1 convention in September without realizing it. So he walks up to like get the ticket taken care of and get his pass to get in, and they're just like, oh, this is the wrong ticket. Have fun in September. Wait, what?
Wow.
So we ended up being there Thursday so that we could just like get our tickets and get out without having to deal with the giant ass line.
Yeah.
He had to go back to actually purchase the ticket there.
Were there tickets left for him to get?
Oh, there's no way they're running out. I mean, the worst comes to worst, they'll run out of like the passes themselves, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, you could still get like the day.
But he did have to pay more because he didn't pre-purchase it.
Yeah,
He bought it up front.
that's good. At least it wasn't like sold out or anything.
No, he was fine there. It's literally, it was still stupid though.
And J1 is another anime con?
It's anime and gaming at the same time, from what I've come to understand. Don't take my word as gospel about this.
So as I was saying, Rick and Morty's been confirmed for 70 episodes.
Yeah, they got like another 2 seasons at least.
Another 2 seasons.
I'm just wondering...
When those come out,
I'm just wondering why 70?
I don't know.
It's
weird because Dan Harmon hates that show.
Really?
Yeah. He more or less hates the fans. The extreme fans.
like the Pickle Rick guy. For
Yeah.
example.
I'm just thinking that it's because of Rick's joke that, oh, we're gonna go on for 9 more seasons! Rick and Morty forever! It's my whole character thing, the Szechuan sauce, Rick!
I mean, he kind of wrote himself. I forget if he's actually the writer of it or not. I think he's part writer.
Him and Justin Roiland.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's both of them. That's what I thought. They're probably regretting that joke because now it's coming into reality.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. Anytime anybody on social media like asks about Rick and Morty, he just blocks them. And he's like, yeah, you're welcome to the block party.
Nice. Oh god. So the Steam sale just ended like 3 days ago. Orion, how is your wallet?
I only got 2 games. So,
oh wow, impressive. I got like 10.
Yeah, I got Wizard of Legend.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks, dude, because Twitch Prime had Pillars of Eternity for free, and I missed it by like an hour.
Oh.
But
Pillars of Eternity is a good fucking game. Was that the complete edition or the base game?
The whole, like, the freaking...
All the DLC and everything?
Deluxe edition, yeah.
Oh, dude.
But it was on sale on Steam for $15 or something like that, so I picked it up.
That's the one thing I haven't done with the DLC, because trust me, the DLC is literally just a huge upscale in difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm even just playing on normal, and I can't deal with the one character, like the one entry-level boss. You gotta cheese him real hard, apparently.
Yeah, I'm struggling on the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty. First character I made was a wizard.
Oh, that's why.
Fun. Until you run out of spells.
Yeah, the wizard characters don't get that good until later levels.
Yeah, so I re-rolled and went barbarian.
I haven't gone full barbarian. I really enjoy Cypher. Cypher's fun.
I honestly only checked out I checked out most of what all the classes do, but I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Cypher's fun. Fighter is, your generic and very steady character.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Who else is there that I've played? Ranger's always good. Having that extra animal companion along is just, an extra character to do damage.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, if you had an entire team full of Rangers, you could have 12 characters.
Are there any Italian archers?
I mean, you can create your own characters.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you can go to an inn and, quote-unquote, hire an adventurer, and you're just dropped in to create a character.
Oh, really?
Yes. However, when you hire a character, I believe it's one level below yours is the requirement.
Although Ryan may be wondering what I'm referencing with that. I think you know, Brandon.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I first thought of Robin Hood, and I know he's not.
Now, think a little bit more Italian. With Luigi.
Oh, okay. Waluigi?
Wah! Wah!
Maybe combination of Luigi and Waluigi?
The one character who's never gotten his own game.
Yeah, because in Viva Gaming right now, we're playing the Banner Saga, and...
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good game.
Rook,
I haven't been...
do you know of Rook, the old grizzled archer?
Yeah.
I give him the voice of Luigi!
He's horrible. It could be worse, alright? There's a worse character than that.
Oh, well, we won't bring her up yet because I don't think she'll be up by the time this is posted.
She might be dead, too. Who knows? Oh, God. What else did I picked up Disgaea for PC. That'll probably play on my own. There's a few other ones I got in here. I don't know if I want to mention a lot of them. I will say this. I did pick up, Neo. Like the full thing for Neo. So that might be coming up sometime at some point on FIFA Gaming.
Okay.
You get to see me fail through a Dark Souls type game because I've never played Neo.
Oh, alright. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the Matrix.
Ancient Japan, feudal Japan, and there's just like fucking green numbers and code everywhere.
It's just Keanu Reeves in sunglasses.
And sunglasses with a white wig.
And then Afro Samurai walks up.
God. I also picked up XCOM 2 with everything in it. That's another thing I'll probably play on the side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I spent like nearly $150 this time, or close to that.
Wow, making good use of my payments, huh?
I don't normally splurge this much, but yes, I had the excess money, and I said, fuck it. Plus, I have to buy for the goddamn, for the channel, alright?
Making good use of it.
I'm investing, okay? That's what I'm doing. Besides, it could be worse. It could be my $200 payment to Fate Go.
Oh.
Where I got jack shit out of it all.
I wasn't going to bring that up again for a little while, but...
Look, I'll bring it up because this time it's a valid reason.
Okay.
I'm actually getting product out of this.
So, let's finally get in today's anime, which is
Or not quite.
Yes, it is a American cartoon that's, oh my god, amazing. You got me into this, Brandon, and I am slightly mad you got me into it because I want more.
I am a horrible human being, and I'm so happy I've destroyed you.
I'm curious if I'll know this one.
Okay.
You might. It's American.
And
you might have at least heard of it.
And it's pretty recent. So,
okay.
Orion, Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls? That sounds like something I heard of, but I don't think I've ever watched it. It sounds like a space cartoon.
Okay.
Not quite. Not quite.
No, let him run on the space theme.
Oh, let's see, actually. Yeah, no, go ahead. Gravity Falls, come on.
I say, like, maybe there's, like, it's set in, like, the year, like, 3000 something. And there's, like flying cars, floating buildings, shit stacked because, like, everything's fucking crazy.
I feel like we're talking Ready Player One right now.
Almost like that. Or like the trailer for, like, Cyberpunk. But, and then all of a sudden, I guess, like, aliens come, and they put some kind of, thing around Earth that takes away the gravity. Like, they just kind of just suck gravity out, and that's their fuel.
Okay. I'm not quite sure how the science of that works, but okay.
Neither do I. I don't know, they're aliens. I don't know what they do. So, that's where that's easily written. They just come up with some weird shit. And then, now there's no floating cars. And,
okay. Wait, hold on. Wouldn't they all be floating at that point? Because without gravity, there's no weight, and it just floats.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh man. Alright.
I've just derailed your entire plan. You're gonna have to rework this. Come on, and rework this and come back later.
Alright, so, it's like the movie Up.
Uh-huh.
So everything, except for the buildings, I'd imagine those stay. Anything that isn't attached to anything just starts floating up And
I mean, here's the thing, right? There'd have to be well, actually, no, that would make sense. Because I assume the planet is still rotating, right? The force of that would literally throw everything off, no?
Yeah.
There's no force being applied to it, and without gravity to counteract that force, it should all be just, like, whipped off.
So, it's slowly being taken away. And the humans on Earth, there's probably people that already live underground.
Mm-hmm.
So, now there's people trying to move underground. But people underground are like, we don't want anybody else. There's not enough room. And they're like, basically now everything's upside down. So they're like walking on the ceiling and shit.
Yeah. And they've built like new buildings from the ceiling.
Yes.
Like out of like the stalactites or mites, whichever one they are that comes down from the top.
Yeah, they're like little gnomes. And they're like albino. Not from incest, but from no sun. And I mean, they probably have artificial lights. So maybe they aren't all albino, but I'd like to think there's like a group of like cannibals or something. Obviously, they'd have to have cannibals. But now they're also fighting the humans that live above them, trying to get in. And they're also trying to keep like the core of Earth from leaking in and screwing everything up. Because that could also kill Earth, I guess, if they like hit that. And then obviously that would probably take years to drain the core of Earth.
Well,
and it would also fill up everything. And then eventually everybody dies. and then the aliens move away and go to the next planet to suck.
So wait, the aliens have been there the entire time, continually siphoning off the gravity?
Yeah. But they're also on Earth, like, harvesting bodies.
Okay. I mean, like, when they just capture the bodies that are being flung off the planet?
Yeah. They could have, like a big fish net. And, they could just fly around, like, basically a fish net, just scooping up people.
They've just made a giant net that encapsulates the planet that catches everything?
Yeah. You know what? They could fucking, eventually, everything's in disarray. Then the mothership comes, puts a giant net around Earth, made of some alien thing, and they just take her. They just fucking drive off with it. They put a fucking tow hitch on it.
What are they gonna do with the planet?
Yeah.
Are they just gonna drag it along and continually siphon gravity for its fuel source?
Yeah, I guess that would be more towards the end of they don't need it anymore, and then they just kind of fling it off into the sun.
I mean, at that point, why not just use the sun?
Now we're getting to the point of Code Lyoko levels of this is getting good.
Well,
but the entire time there's on Earth, there's like Will Smith and Bruce Willis,
oh, for fuck's sake.
And they're trying to stop the aliens. So you're left with just these two guys. Maybe is Rainn Wilson still alive? Probably. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he could be in there. Probably like Jean-Claude Van Damme. So these guys go and like try to fight the aliens, and they get captured, and then Jet Li has to save them.
The next thing you're going to tell me, they've actually had Bruce Lee in containment and have been researching him.
Yeah.
My fucking God.
And Tupac is still alive.
Like they've got all the celebrities you believe are dead, and they've just been like studying them. They're just in cryostasis on there.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, Ryan, during your rant there, you managed to guess like 2, maybe 3 of the episode plots of Gravity Falls. Which is amazing. So, Brandon, I'm going to let you take the reins mostly for this episode, so care to explain what Gravity Falls is about?
Hold on. I need to like recover from the shit. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
We should do like episodes where we give a name and then we try to make a movie plot out of it.
Yes.
That would be brilliant.
Who would star in it?
Coming next month, make a movie podcast.
All right, so if we're gonna be talking about this shit, let me just pull out my journal.
Ooh, the journal.
Wait, did you write a journal about the show?
No. This is an actual physical part of the television show.
Mm.
Really?
Kind of like the Five Nights at Freddy's employee handbook, which is an actual thing. There's actually something called Journal 3, which is a physical copy.
I was thinking more like Blue's Clues.
Let me just pull out my notepad and a crayon to write down what's going on.
And then sit down in the thinking chair.
Yes.
I mean, come on. You know when that show stopped, they auctioned that shit off.
Dude, I would totally buy that weird chair that looks like it was made of cardboard.
Hey, look, I was gonna buy the Mach 5 from fucking Speed Racer movie. I want that shit. Look, I don't care if the movie was terrible. I love the Mach 5. Give me that car.
I heard rumors they're going to revive Blue's Clues.
I wouldn't be surprised, however, like, anybody that remembers it is gonna be like, but it's not Steve anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't he have, like, a replacement host?
He did.
Yeah,
Nobody
looked like
really
Jack
cared
Black.
for him.
I thought he was Jack Black for a while.
It's Jack Black.
The actual Steve, I think he may have a rock band currently.
Yep. Steve and the Clues.
Steven the...
Okay.
Alright. Sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Brandon.
And wasn't this originally going to be on Cartoon Network, but then they moved it to Disney XD?
I'm not sure. They might have. I know Disney got a hold of the rights to Gravity Falls. Whether or not it was originally going to be on Cartoon Network, I'm not sure.
Oh, and one side note, Infinity Train is coming next year. I am super pumped. I absolutely love the pilot.
I love the concept. It looks real nice.
Yeah, maybe because it had a ton of corgis in the pilot, and I absolutely adore corgis.
Well then, dude, you need to start watching Robots because the man's obsessed with corgis.
Noted.
Like, but look, all right, Besiege already came out for FIFA Gaming. He's done Besiege. He created a robot corgi in that just to cause massive destruction.
Oh.
It was fucking amazing. Especially when the robot's head started falling off.
I'm going to have to look at that.
I love the man. He's so insane sometimes. So anyway, back to Gravity Falls. All right. So believe it or not, the series only has 2 seasons, much to everyone's irritation. Because everyone wants more.
It was going to have 3, from what I understand, like, stretch out certain plot points that happened during season 2 and add more filler between them, but this is just rumors. And when we get to...
Well, here's the thing, right? We say filler, but everything kind of comes back around.
Yeah.
So it's kind of not really filler?
Yeah, but I mean filler in the sense that there'll be like another 15, 20 episodes in between that stretches out the plot.
Yeah. So, Orion, let me just point this out. So, at the start of every episode, you get coded messages given to you in the theme.
Really?
Yes.
Backwash.
Literally, every episode itself has a code, and you get to, like, solve it if you decide to go through with it, right? If you want to, you can go in and start decoding the ciphers that are given to you.
The hell? That's pretty cool.
The show revolves around mystery. Like, as crazy it is, this is the show that makes me want to, like, not play video games, but go outside and discover crazy shit. And this is an adult talking, not a kid that the show's aimed at.
And from what I understand, although many people say this feels like Twin Peaks, the main guy, I believe his name is Alex Hirsch.
Yes, that's the creator.
He did not really watch much of Twin Peaks until after he started, I think, on the second season.
I've seen this show. I had no idea what it was called.
Oh.
Like just snippets of it, because Joe watches it.
Oh, it's so good, dude. You should sit down and watch it at some time. It's fucking great. Because like I said, everything you see comes back around. Every time if you rewatch an episode, you will find shit that you didn't notice the first time. For instance, right, there's a point in season 1, I think it's like episode 6 or something, where we find out about, what is it called? It's the time traveler's pig, right? Mm-hmm. There's a time traveler that shows up, right?
Wait, voiced by Justin Roiland.
Oh,
yes. Nice. He literally is adult Morty. That's what he sounds like. He's got like the Morty voice, but he's an adult. So anyway, awesome. He shows up and he has like an item that's called the time measure. And it's literally like a tape measure where he like pulls out the spool and basically where he pulls it out is the year that he goes to. And I swear to God, I don't know how many episodes this is. I feel like it's majority of them. But he shows up. He shows up in the background art of them. Like, he's there in episode 1. Like, you don't even meet him until like episode 9, but he's there in 1 in the background.
He doesn't say anything. He's like half hidden behind a character. He bends over, picks something up, and he's out of the shot.
And then
the characters don't see him?
No,
he's in the background. Nobody noticed him. But, like, you freeze frame, and all of a sudden, wait a minute. That's the time traveler. What's he doing here?
Like Blendon Brandon.
Blendon Blandon.
Yes.
Huh?
Like, literally the first episode is like, it's based on these, it's it's a set of twins, right? Dipper and Mabel. Dipper discovers, a journal with a 6-fingered hand on it, labeled Journal 3. And it's got all these different, like, things that are in this town that he's in, which is called Gravity Falls. He's come there along with his sister to spend the summer there, with their great Uncle Stan, right? Now, Uncle Stan is the great Uncle Stan, quote unquote, called Grunkle for short.
Grunkle?
Yes. Also because he's grumpy, so it kind of works together on 2 levels. So Grunkle Stan is the greatest role model for these kids ever. The man is literally a con artist. They live in a place called the Mystery Shack, and like, there's points where you see him like gluing together oddities, right? like he gets like a stuffed rabbit, and he starts gluing horns to it and calling it the magical jackalope. There's also the unicorn where he's like got a stuffed horse, and he's literally just shoved a corn on the cob on the forehead of the thing. Like, everything is in that shop is literally just a con. And he's just there calling himself Mr. Mystery with a fez, an eye patch, and glasses over the top of it.
And doesn't his eye patch switch eyes now and then?
Yes. He switches the eye patch from eye to eye on occasion.
And there is continuity in the series, so I forget if it's around episode 2 or 3, the Mystery Shack gets hit by something, the S falls off, so now it's the Mystery Hack.
Yes. Like, so the first episode has Dipper reading through the journal that he discovered, and his sister, Mabel, has now, like, started dating this older guy, and literally random shit starts happening. Like, he sees the hand fall off of the guy, and he's like, "This guy is a zombie, Mabel, you need to get away." Like, showing her pictures from the book and shit, and she's just like, "You're nuts." Like, Dipper's super serious while Mabel is literally just a pot of insanity. And, like, it gets to the point, right, where finally Dipper manages to, like, not quite convince her, but, like, get her suspicious. And the guy ends up abducting her. And it turns out it's literally just, like, 3 gnomes stacked on top of each other under the trench coat. 5 gnomes stacked on top of each other inside of the trench coat.
One of which has And since he's friends with Justin Roiland, you can see like little bits of Justin Roiland sneaking in. Schmebulok.
Schmebulok. That's all he can say, too. It's just, what's your name, little guy? Schmebulok. So the whole thing is like the gnomes want Mabel to be their new queen, which Mabel isn't cool with. It ends in like all the gnomes gathering together to create a giant monster gnome to chase them down as they escape in a golf cart. This show has these ridiculous moments that are just punctuated by severe things too. Like they have one character who shows up called Gideon Goodfellow, who's like the sweetest little thing you ever done seen. He's got like the really faux southern accent. He's a little guy who's got like a blonde pompadour and a baby blue fucking suit on. He pretends that he's able to like see the future, so he's just as much of a hack as Stan. And on top of that, the two of them are constantly at each other's throats over stupid shit.
Oh, the pool episode.
There's a pool episode where they like literally just fight over a goddamn like lounge chair that's there.
And that's the B plot.
That's the B plot. Like with the most petty ways of doing it too. And I hate to ruin the B plot, but I need to. Because the end of it is literally Stan getting a one-up over Gideon by gluing himself to the chair. But, like, Gideon is a nasty piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie. He's petty, but he is a nasty piece of shit. He's the character that you love to hate.
He's also a little bit psychotic in the fact that, I'm not too sure if you want to jump this far ahead to the end of season 1.
No, go ahead. But it's fine.
He summons the main antagonist of the series.
By accident?
Don't say his name.
No.
We don't want this.
I won't.
Name's Bill Cipher.
Uh-oh.
We were thinking about him too much.
Oh, no. Oh. Good. We better keep quiet about him. We don't want to start things.
And one thing about Evil Triangle Man, he was going to be voiced by David Lynch, but I forget the whole background of why David Lynch couldn't do it, so Alex Hirsch does a bad David Lynch impression.
It works real well, Bo.
That's awesome.
Alright, so let me just put it this way. Said character, whose name I shall not mention,
No.
for fear of utter destruction of this series,
And
can literally warp the laws of physics itself. Like, when he fully comes into his own, he, like, one of the characters comes up to him, and he's, like, the local rich guy, and he's just like, look, I'd just love to invest in you and, support your new reign of humanity. And he literally just looks at him and goes, oh, that's cute. Let me just switch the use of every orifice in your face. So, literally, like, ear is now where mouth is, eyeball is where ear is, nose is now in the place of eye. Literally, every single thing has been shuffled. Shit gets dark by the end of the series. And keep in mind, this is Disney producing this shit.
And the thing is, this all takes place over the course of one summer. So
And in one town, other than except one episode where they travel around a bit.
yeah, so there is a beginning, middle, and end, so time does flow regularly, and I believe that's why it's such a limited series. Because, granted, Phineas and Ferb took place over one summer,
Yes.
but granted, like, the time frame of that, and I haven't really seen much of the show, seems a little bit odd to fit 100 episodes into one summer.
I think it's over 100. I want to say it's like 100, somewhere between 100 and 120, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
They like a little more than 100. But either way, yeah, it's weird. Especially when you start including specials and stuff.
So, with 40, with the potential of possibly originally 60, I could see that happening.
Like, I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to add to this. Who else was that I wanted to mention? Right. Let's also mention the other two. I want to say major, but also minor characters that are also in the Mystery Shack. We have Seuss, who is literally a character who is the nerdiest of nerds, right?
Hey, dude.
How's it going, dude? He'll come in, right? And he's literally like, the twins love him just because he's basically an adult child. But he not loves, but like adores Grunkle Stan. Just like he loves what he stands for. So he's essentially just Grunkle Stan's own, basically like his worshiper at that point. And then you've got Wendy, the teen girl who works there, but hates having to do like anything that requires effort that isn't fun. Like she's also like the cool character and all that shit, which, I mean, she kind of is.
Because, like, she's 16-ish, so she's like the stereotypical teenager of it.
Granted, she's also grown up around nothing but men. Like, her entire family is men. All her brothers, her father, and I don't know about her mother. Her mother doesn't seem to be around, so either she left or died, one of the two. So she's got, like, the most macho ass of things. And her family's also a bunch of lumberjacks. So she's knows a thing or two about an axe.
So what's her father name? Like, Hefty Dan?
Something like that, yes.
Manly Dan.
Manly Dan.
Manly Dan.
But yeah, she's got her own thing that goes on throughout the series. Seuss does as well. There's an episode where, like, that's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, it feels inspired by it. Because there's a pizzeria and living animatronics.
Club.
Yes, and Doki Doki Literature Club. Because the AI is alive. The AI, like, the AI girl in this game that he picks up, this dating sim, right? Because he's trying to learn, like, how to interact with women. He picks up a dating sim that's supposed to, like, help him with that, quote unquote. The AI is alive in there and just starts as he actually ends up going out with an actual girl, and they go out to, like, a pizzeria that's essentially like Chuck E. Cheese's. The AI comes along, like, transferring itself through, like, the internet or, like, electrical wires, and starts possessing the animatronics there. And starts, like, trying to hunt down Seuss and force him to love her. It's so fucking ridiculous. There's also a point, right, where, like, again, video games come to life. Where, like, you enter a secret code into an arcade machine, and all of a sudden, the knockoff version of Ryu comes out, and it's Skirmish McRumble.
Rumble
McSkirmish. And the entire time, like, even when he's outside of the game, he's got, like, that pixelated look to him. And, like, because, like, Dipper brought him out, he uses him to try to beat up his bully.
/ rival for Wendy, who he kind of has a crush on.
Now, like, Wendy's 16. At this point, Dipper is 12. By the end of summer, going to be 13. So there's not that huge of an age difference, but it's enough that, like, it's that person that you're like, oh my god, they're so cool. Why can't I be with them? Like, the entire series is so good with how ridiculous. There's also a connection to freaking Rick and Morty.
Yes, several.
Oh,
like,
really?
There's episodes of Rick and Morty where you'll see, like, on screens, the triangle character whose name shall not be mentioned shows up, like people are studying him. There's objects, like, from Gravity Falls that show up in Rick and Morty. There's a point during, like, the Citadel of Ricks episode in season 3 where there's literally a Dipper and Mabel version of Morty.
Oh, really?
But yes, there is two Mortys dressed as Dipper and Mabel.
There is one scene in Gravity Falls where Grunkle Stan is investigating a portal through dimensions. He tosses in, like, a coffee cup.
It gets sucked in. He doesn't toss it in himself.
Okay.
It gets sucked in.
Okay. A coffee cup and the
A coffee cup, a notepad, and I believe a pencil was the third one.
And during an episode of Rick and Morty, like, a Rick portal spits out
Those three things.
And it's a very distinctive looking coffee cup with a question mark on it. And out of the portal comes a coffee cup with a question mark on it.
There's even a scene later on where it's on like an evidence tray, like people are looking at this stuff. There's literally everything except a direct crossover going on here that connects these two series. It's fucking insane. Also, hold on. There's one last thing I want to mention. All right. So I have the physical version of Journal 3 from the series, right? There is literally a note in here, a coded message, because, within this stuff there is coding, just like there was in the show, that says, Rick was here. Rick is fucking written in the journal.
That's awesome.
And although this series is primarily comedy, there are some seriousness points in it, like backstories, Dipper finally confessing to Wendy and she kind of turning him down, so there's that character building arc. There's even one character who you find out is bitchy for a reason.
Like, there's a legitimate, psychological manipulation reason for why she's the way she is.
And could we just talk about her that much? And she wasn't one of my favorite characters. Maybe if she would have gotten a little bit more character development.
Yes.
In the potential in-between episodes, I would like her more. And I know she's tsundere, but come on, man. Do I have to like all alpha bitch tsundere characters?
I mean, it's your problem, not mine.
12. She is 12. I am not one of those people.
Look, man, that doesn't mean you can't wait till she's 18. Look, I feel like you're trying to defend yourself here. I wasn't accusing you of anything.
No.
You brought this up yourself.
I thought you were going to jump in and say, well, you like all tsunderes.
No, I wasn't going to say a thing. You brought this up yourself, so I feel like there's something you're not telling us.
I just didn't like her as much as I did, some of the other side characters, like Old Man McGucket.
I love Old Man McGucket. He's great. He's literally, an insane, an insane prospector-looking character. He's got a fucking beard that has a goddamn Band-Aid on it for whatever reason. He's got the mountain prospector voice. He fucking strums on a banjo at random times. He's so great. And as the series progresses, he gets more and more his character gets more and more depth. You're introduced to him in episode 2 or 3. And
he builds a giant Loch Ness monster to get his son to love him.
Yes, to get his son to love him and talk to him again.
And that's how he tries to get respect from people, by building giant destructive robots.
Let me put it this way, alright? I'm not gonna spoil it, but he does this multiple times. It's not just a giant Loch Ness monster. There are other things, giant robots he's built. Just at random.
What kind of robots?
I'm not gonna spoil it, because I feel like it's too plot-centric in this regard. Needless to say, they're all destructive.
Yeah, and
okay.
I can't even remember some of when he was saying, oh yeah, and then my wife left me, and I tried to get her back, so I built this. So he does, go off on a tangent in episode 2 about all the other times he did this, and I'm not too sure if those are plot-centric later on.
Mm-hmm.
It's great too, because it's how does this deranged, mountain prospector dude who looks like he's fucking homeless build this stuff? How does he know?
And we won't get into that, because that's a big plot warning.
Yes, that is a mystery. that is a mystery that will be solved as you watch the show.
But let's say, as the series gets on, he starts becoming slightly saner, and at one point, he does question, why do I have a Band-Aid on my beard?
He does question his own character design. Like in one of the most fourth wall breaking moments in the series.
And I think the episode about Pacifica was going to be the end of original season 2, if I'm remembering from like all the rumors correctly. So all the stuff after that was going to be potentially season 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Alex Hirsch, if you're somehow come across this, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Oh God, I like this series is fucking great. I love it. Like you get to the end of season 2 and it's like, but I want more though. And they even set it up where it's like there's the potential for it to just start up again.
And a few months ago, Alex Hirsch posted on Twitter, hey, if you want a season 3 of Gravity Falls, please do not retweet this. It was retweeted. He said, hey, you just screwed yourselves. I don't know how many times it was retweeted. I don't remember. It was a ridiculous amount. But yeah, he's literally just fucking with his fan base. He has said before that this is not the last that we'll see of the characters. However, what that means for sure, I don't know. Because at the end, they do leave it open for potential sequels.
Yeah, there's like, we get into this in the deep dive, but there is a lot that you can unpack based on the ending and a lot of interpretations that can be made because of how it ends. Like, do they act? You don't know. Watch the deep dive to find out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it here. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting shit in this. Like there is a shapeshifter at one point. There is a point where Triangle Man shows up and just before he leaves, he goes, hey, let me show you what you're going to be like in the next 5 seconds. And he just screams his head off.
And then said character wakes up from a dream screaming.
In the exact same way he was told he would. There's the invisible closet wizard, too, that's meant... Like, even at the end, where it's like the end credit scenes, it's literally shit that comes back.
And even in the end credit scene, there is a code that may or may not relate to other things.
Like, there's plenty of reverse talk. Like, when the Triangle character first gets summoned, right? He literally... the incantation to summon him is just someone saying backwards message multiple times in different inflections, and somebody just reverses that audio file.
Backwards message! Backwards message!
Like, literally, you can look it up. It's like, backwards message, backwards message, backwards message. There is so much in there that's amazing. Like, even the very end when that triangular character is finally being defeated, right? He says something that's reversed. And you play it in the correct, and you play it correctly, you know, and reverse it and play it. He's saying some weird shit that doesn't make any sense to anyone. So, again, shit's up in the air.
He also wants people to buy gold.
Yes. There's even a point at the end of season 2 where people are going through, like, these bubbles of madness, I think is what he called it.
Yes, yes.
And it's like, when that happens, it's just transition into a completely different style. Like, at one point, the characters are just birds. At another point, they're just turned into an anime.
And in another one, they are the voice actors.
They're the voice actors. In another one, they've become rubber hose characters from, like, back in the old days of Mickey and Felis the Cat. Like, it's also silent, too. It's also silent film. There's no voice work. It's just the music and cut to the actual, like, text of what's being said. It's amazing. There's even a point, right, where Gideon gets his own freaking gang together. And like, they get into, like, these giant-ass monster trucks, and Gideon's just put into, like, a kiddie seat. Like a little booster seat for him. and gets buckled in all nice and safe. And then he's like, now get him! Like the most threatening thing, and then it's like just the most pathetic childish attitude. Like there's sudden tone shifts like that constantly, and it's great. I can't tell you how much I love this show because of how stupid some of the there's literally a point where Mabel has her own fucking fantasy world around her.
In the, like, grand finale 4-part movie.
3-part.
It's 2 half-hour and then a hour.
Oh, true. Yeah, the very last episode is an hour long.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Which I saw as 2 half-hours, so...
Yeah, you could.
And there's a bunch of, like...
Let's not... Yeah, go on.
Like, short, like, 2-minute long episodes that do a little bit of world building, a little bit of other stuff, like about Stan's mysterious tattoo that he doesn't talk about.
Well, I mean, we can't forget about, the head of Larry King.
Oh yes, the wax head of Larry King.
The wax head of Larry King. That's one of the few things that's never really explained, I don't think, in the series itself.
Who is voiced by the actual Larry King.
Wait, really?
Yes. Like, there's an episode where literally there's, like, they uncover a new, like, room in the Mystery Shack that they didn't know about that exists. And just inside, there's, like, wax figurine. Oh, no. I think Stan saved them or something. I don't remember, actually. But it's just wax figurines everywhere. Like, of famous people. One of which is Larry King. That come to life.
And try to kill you.
Yes. And, like, by the end of the episode, it's just the head of Larry King that's just living in the ventilation shafts of the Mystery Shack.
And even I think in the ending of that, Mabel is wondering, like, what sweater she should wear. Like, should I wear the rainbow or the unicorn? And, like, Larry King says, well, personally, I like the rabbit. And in the next episode, she is wearing a rabbit sweater.
What was the other one? There's an episode where Dipper makes duplicates of himself, right?
Oh,
like
I was going to bring that one up.
He finds, like, a photocopier that can create copies of whatever's put into there, including himself. And there's at one point a Paper Jam, and you've just got, like, Paper Jam Dipper, who's just, like, a freaking monster mess.
Oh, don't worry, buddy. It's going to be okay.
And at the end of that episode, there's 2 of, like, the copies that are just completely unaccounted for. Like, you see what happens to every single other copy except for 2 of them. And it's just left to your own imagination as to what happens to them. What was another one I was going to mention? There's a Freaky Friday episode where, like, there's a magic carpet. When you give, like, a static shock with that, you swap personalities. Or your soulless swap, whatever it is. There's a point where, like, in that episode where Seuss's body is swapped with, like, the pet pig Waddles. And somehow Seuss gets a girlfriend. Like, Seuss's body with Waddles', like, mind in there gets a girlfriend. I don't know how.
And Stan doesn't...
Stan doesn't notice the difference. It's like, that's about the way Seuss acts anyway. There's so many great jokes in this. They're so good. And of course, where Blendin Blandin comes from, their leader is called Time Baby, and he's literally just a giant baby with an hourglass, like, tattooed on his head.
Now, Time Baby needs his binky.
He's got, like, a super fucking deep voice, too. It's amazing. Like, there's so much shit, and I love it.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons.
There's a Dungeons and Dragon episode with, like, a literal infinity dice that has infinity sides to it.
Anything that could happen when you roll this dice. Our heads could fly off, grass could turn blue, or you could just roll a 5. And I know we're, like, completely jumping around the episodes here.
Yes, just because they're great moments in everything. Oh god, there's so many good moments in everything. I love it. I love it all. But yeah, Dipper is like the super serious one. Mabel is like the boy crazy, like tween-age girl.
Oh, speaking about boy crazy.
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Yes. Could we please talk about the band?
Several times. The band that is literally the boy band that is literally genetically created. Like from the early 2000s, it's literally in sync. It's literally Backstreet Boys, but they're genetically crafted to be the most attractive thing to young tween-age girls. And like their manager keeps them in what is literally like a giant hamster cage.
Oh,
and they're just more than happy.
Check out this wheel.
Oh man, these food pellets are delicious.
And what I find it funny was later on, once I was going like, okay, who does some of the voices? Lance Bass does the voices, 2 of them.
Oh, really?
And I think Alex Hirsch voices 3 of them. Yeah, Alex Hirsch does like 20 voices in this series. He even did one redub of a J.K. Simmons character after the whole J.K. Simmons sex scandal back in January-ish?
Something like that, yeah, I don't remember exactly when.
He redubbed with a J.K. Simmons impression. I mean, not J.K. Simmons, who am I thinking of?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Cosby? Bill Cosby?
No, the arm guy.
Arm guy. Don't know.
Louis C.K.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Not J.K. Simmons. Although J.K. Simmons is a important voice down the line.
Like, it's fucking... The show, I will never recommend it enough to anyone. It is amazing to me. I love it so much.
Oh, and Louis C.K. was the horrifyingly sweaty one-armed monstrosity.
Wait. There was also, Summerween, where they had Halloween in summer. And the fucking monster is literally just the culmination of all the bad candy nobody wants to eat. Like, just given sentience and life. It's amazing. There's so much in there that you can just relate to from childhood.
There needs to be more.
I want more so much. I want more so much.
So Ryan, what are your thoughts on this now?
Definitely not what I thought.
You think?
I think that may happen a lot.
Yeah, probably.
But it sounds pretty good.
It is.
I love it so much.
And with like Western cartoons becoming a little bit more plot-centric than they were in the 90s and early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's one of the things I like about this series, right? It sets it up perfectly where, like, the first season isn't super plot-centric until, like, the last couple episodes. And then season 2 is where it really starts hitting home with the plot. Well, actually, even in season 2, it's literally the last 5 to 8 episodes. Last 10. Yeah, you're right. Last 10. It's the last 10 episodes of that season that start hammering plot.
There's, like, seeds of plot scattered throughout the series, but then everything all folds back in on itself, like some weird origami.
Yeah, like, literally, I'm gonna say in the season finale, you literally get callbacks to almost every single episode that came before. Like, even in the most smallest of ways.
I can't recommend it enough. He can't recommend it enough. I'm sure people watching this can't recommend it enough.
It's not an anime, but by God, is it damn... Actually, speaking of which, before we end this off, there are YouTube videos, and you'll probably like this, Brandon, where people have reanimated certain scenes in an anime style.
I've seen 1 or 2 of them, like the drive home from the golf course.
Yes.
Which was another really good episode. Like, Pacifica's there pouting, Dipper's there, like, half looking at it, and Mabel's there, like, celebrating. I've seen that in an anime style.
Yes, there's a couple of them like that. They're very, very good. But again, amazing series. I love it so much.
Where can people watch it? Hulu?
I think Netflix. Maybe,
I want to say Netflix.
Maybe
Okay.
the Disney XD website has it.
Probably.
I've seen most of it on YouTube.
You
Okay.
bastard. No, it's on Hulu. It is on Hulu. There's also their Disney site has it as well.
And Brandon, I know I mentioned this a few months back, and you did not know about this, but did you pick up the graphic novel yet?
I have not yet. No.
Oh.
This month has been real hectic. I haven't had time to really do much else.
It's been out for like 2 or 3 months by now, dude.
I know, but this month has been hectic.
Then two or 3 months ago, I was expecting you to pick
You
it up.
only told me about it like a month ago.
Oh, I thought it was like a little bit longer than that.
No, we ended up doing talking about this series like I think a week before Orion disappeared and started, his candy hunt.
Yes.
Feels like I mentioned it maybe.
It feels
offhandedly.
longer, but yeah, we've been planning to do this episode for like a couple weeks, and something came up before, or like the week before Orion was, doing his whole moving and candy, stealing.
Very lucrative. Yes.
Yes. I can only imagine you made a lot of sugar money off of that.
Yeah. I resold it for more than what it's worth.
But,
Plus the ice cream's good too.
but come on back next week when we will return to our typical formula of reviewing anime with a very slight twist.
A twist.
Yes.
What a tweet.
Now I'm just thinking about, M. Night Shyamalan from Robot Chicken. What a twist!
What a twist!
Alright. Laters.
Yeah.
See you.